Welcome back to my 300,000 plus amazing subscribers. Today, we are going to do something a little bit different than what we normally do. Yeah, different than what we normally do. We are going to do a slow English podcast. I am going to speak slowly and clearly to make sure you can hear everything, understand everything 100% crystal clear. Here's the plan. In part 1, we will improve our listening skills. Yeah, we are going to listen to 3 new stories. Now, there is going to be a grammar mistake hidden, concealed in each story. So you need to listen carefully, try to spot the grammar mistakes. In part 2, we will have some paraphrasing practice to improve our spoken English skills, our speaking abilities, speaking skills. In part 3, we will have a vocab breakdown, taking a look at all of the new words, the new vocabulary words that we saw and learned in today's video. And finally, in part 4, make sure you watch till the very end because we are going to end the video by watching some funny Instagram videos and reacting to them using our English. All right. Take 2 quick seconds to support me and my work by doing one or more of the following things, and let's go ahead and jump in. The first of the 3 stories we will be looking at today is called The Concert Mishap. The concert mishap. Once again, there will be one mistake in this story. Pay close attention. See if you can catch it. Here we go. Sophia had been waiting all month for her favorite band's concert. She bought her ticket the very first day they went on sale, and every time she walked past the giant poster in the subway station, her excitement grew. Finally, the night arrived. She got dressed up in her favorite jacket, met her friends at the train station, and they hurried together to the stadium. The line was endless. It stretched on and on and on, right? And the crowd outside was buzzing with energy. Fans were chanting the band's name, waving glow sticks, and snapping selfies. When the lights finally dimmed, went down, got lower, and the first guitar riff echoed through the stadium, the crowd exploded with cheers. Sophia screamed louder than she ever had before. But halfway through the first song, disaster struck. Something bad happened. Sophia jumped too high during the chorus, lost her balance, and tumbled into the floor. People nearby gasped. They gasped. But her friends quickly helped her up, assisted her, helped her up. She laughed nervously, brushing off her jeans, her pants. "I'm okay, don't worry," she shouted over the music. But then she looked down. Her shoe was gone. Somehow, in all the chaos, the craziness, right? It had flown off her foot. Her friends searched around with their phone flashlights, but the shoe had completely vanished. "Guess you'll be dancing with one shoe tonight," her best friend teased, kind of making fun of her, poking fun at her, teasing her. The rest of the night, Sophia hopped carefully to the beat, but she didn't care. Later, when she told the story, she said with a grin, with a smile, that concert was the most fun I ever had in my life. All right, that was the first story. How was that for you? Could you understand the story pretty well? How difficult was it on a scale from 1 to 10? 1, really easy for you. 5, so-so. 10, extremely difficult, very hard. Let me know down in the comments. And guys, did you catch the grammar mistake? In 3, 2, 1? Yeah, the mistake was tumbled into the floor. That's incorrect. If you fall down, we say tumble onto the floor, right? A floor is a flat surface, not a container. It doesn't hold things. So, of course, obviously, you cannot go inside the floor, but you can go onto the floor, on top of it. So that's why onto is correct. Here are a few more examples. We could say she tumbled into the pool, right? He tumbled into bed because he's sort of contained in the covers, right? But we need to use onto for these. She dropped the books onto the table. He spilled his drink onto the carpet. The cat leapt onto the counter. Okay, let's take a look at story number 2. The lost homework. Are you ready? It was Tuesday morning, and Ethan was sitting nervously in class. The teacher had just announced a surprise homework check. The teacher is going to check everyone's homework, right? All around him, students were pulling out neat folders, flipping through papers, and showing off their assignments, their work. Ethan opened his bag with confidence. Confidence. He remembered staying up late the night before, finishing his math homework carefully, and even double-checking the answers. Double-checking. Checking 2 times to make sure they're correct, right? But when he reached inside, the paper wasn't there. His stomach dropped. Oh, no. Oh, he's got a really bad feeling about this. He emptied the bag onto his desk, pencils, snack wrappers, random worksheets, but still no homework. His friend Maya leaned over and whispered, "What's wrong? What's the matter? What's the problem, right?" "I swear I did it," Ethan muttered. "I even put it in my folder." The teacher moved closer, checking each desk one by one. Oh no, Ethan's palms were sweaty. Finally, she stopped in front of him and asked, "Ethan, where's your homework?" Ethan panicked. He didn't know what to do. He panicked and blurted out, said without thinking, right? Blurted out, "I don't got it right now, but I promise I did it." The whole class burst out laughing. Burst out laughing, right? They exploded with laughter. And Ethan's face turned bright red. He's very embarrassed. We could even say he's mortified. Mortified, so embarrassed, right? The teacher sighed, but moved on, deciding not to argue. Later that afternoon, when Ethan got home, he noticed a piece of paper sticking out from under his desk chair. There it was, his homework, crumpled but complete. Crumpled up but finished, right? He groaned, ugh, and whispered to himself, "Next time I'll check twice before speaking." Okay, did you guys catch the grammar mistake here in this story? There was one mistake in 3, 2, 1, the grammar issue was he said, I don't got it right now. What should he have said? What should he have said? He should have said, I don't have it right now. Got is past tense. To talk about the present, we must use have. Here are a few more examples. I don't got enough time. Incorrect. I don't have enough time. She don't got a pen. No, we should say she doesn't have a pen. She does not have a pen. All right, one more listening practice story, and then we're going to move on to some speaking practice, all right? The birthday surprise. One more time. Focus, pay attention, concentrate, listen carefully for that grammar mistake. Here we go. On Friday evening, Mia came home from school feeling tired. Her parents had told her they were just going to have a quiet family dinner, so she expected nothing more than a small cake at the table. She unlocked the door, stepped inside, and the living room looked strangely dark. But the moment she flicked on the light, surprise! Shouted a dozen voices. 12 voices, right? A dozen is 12. Her best friends jumped out from behind the couch, and the room, ding, lit up with balloons, streamers, and music. A giant chocolate cake sat in the center of the table. Mia gasped, laughed, and clapped her hands over her mouth in shock. Lily, her best friend, ran forward and hugged her. We planned this for weeks. Do you like it? Soon, the room was full of chatter, jokes, and music. Full of chatter, full of talking, conversation, right? People making conversation, people talking. Someone turned on the karaoke machine, and 2 friends started singing badly on purpose, making everyone laugh. Then Lily handed Mia a big box with a bright red ribbon. Open it now. You're gonna love this one, she said, bouncing with excitement. Mia tore the wrapping paper, ripped it, tore it, right? Lifted the lid and froze. She's not moving. Inside was a tiny puppy with floppy ears and a red bow around its neck. The puppy wagged its tail and barked softly. Mia screamed with joy and hugged it tightly. This is more cute than anything I've ever seen, she shouted. All right, did you guys catch the grammar mistake? Let's reveal the mistake in 3, 2, 1. This is more cute than anything I've ever seen. Yeah, this is incorrect. We should say this is cuter than anything I've ever seen. Sounds so much better. For one-syllable adjectives like cute, we add ER to form the comparative. Let me give you a few more examples. Instead of the blue dress is more small than the red one, we should say the blue dress is smaller than the red one. Sounds way better, right? Smaller. My bag is more light than yours. We should say my bag is lighter than yours. Lighter, right? Okay, up next we have some English speaking practice. I call this the paraphrase challenge. We're going to look at a sentence and basically try to say the same thing, but in a different way. Then check our answers. So let me give you an example. In the story today, we saw this expression, buzzing with energy. Here was the original sentence. The line stretched endlessly. So there was a really long line, right? The line stretched endlessly, and the crowd outside was buzzing with energy. What's a different way we could say this? The crowd was buzzing with energy. Pause the video. Try to think of a different way to say this. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Let's take a look. Here are a few options. Instead of buzzing with energy, we could say the crowd was full of excitement, right? Was bursting with energy. The crowd was bursting with energy. They were so pumped up, so excited. The crowd was alive with excitement. So these are different ways of paraphrasing, saying the same thing, the same message, the same idea, but in a slightly different way. Let's try it again. Chanting the band's name. There are fans at this music concert, right? Fans were chanting the band's name, waving glow sticks, snapping selfies, so taking pictures of themselves, right? I want you to focus on this part. Pause the video. Try to think of 1 or 2 other ways we could say this. The fans were chanting the band's name. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we could say fans kept shouting the band's name. The audience was calling out the band's name repeatedly, over and over, yelling the band's name over and over. Okay, nice. Let's try one more here. Okay, disaster struck. The original sentence we saw in the story was, but halfway through the first song, disaster struck. Okay, 3, 2, 1. What are some other ways to say this? Disaster struck. We could also say something went horribly wrong or terribly wrong. Okay. There was trouble. Or here's a really fun, kind of bookish way to say it. A literary way that you might see in a story, right? Chaos ensued. Things got crazy in a bad way. Okay. All right, before we have some fun using our English to react to some funny videos, I want to show you guys the vocabulary from today. What you can do is take a screenshot or a picture with your phone. These are all of the different words and expressions, terms we talked about today. You can take a picture and save them for later. All right, it's time for some funny videos. First, we will watch each video. Then we will try to use English to explain what we saw in the video. It's really very simple. Are you ready?
Could be one of the last ones. Okay? Ready? I'm gonna run with it.
What is going on here? Okay. Oh no. All right, pause this video and try it yourself. Try explaining what you just saw happen in the video. Yeah, so at the beginning, we've got a dad and his young child, his son, on the what looks like front lawn together. They're out in the yard, right? Out on the front lawn, out in the front yard, and he's holding up a bubble wand, right? Now he starts to run holding the bubble wand, and then he does a U-turn. And he starts running back towards the camera, but he slips and falls down suddenly, unexpectedly. Let's try another video. What does this say? The server trying to pretend she didn't see anything. Okay, server trying to pretend she didn't see anything.
You guys still picking?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's actually hilarious. I want to watch this one more time.
You guys still picking?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's actually so funny. Can you explain what happened in this video? Go ahead, pause, and try it out loud. Okay, so we have a group of friends who are sitting at a table, at a restaurant, and there's a big window in front of them. They are looking out the window, and the friend who is sitting in the middle of the group makes a really insane face at the group of people walking by. What he doesn't realize is that their server is coming up behind them at that exact moment. And right as he makes the crazy face, she walks up and engages their group, starts talking to them. Super mortifying moment. Okay, one more video. All right. How would you describe what you just saw? Pause the video, try it yourself. So when the video begins, our POV, our point of view, is under a bridge. Yeah, there is an underpass going under this bridge, this overhead bridge, right? And a guy is coming along on what looks like a skateboard or a longboard, some kind of skateboard type vehicle. He's coming along, and as he gets to the place where the concrete meets the water, right, where the walking path meets the water, he jumps unexpectedly off of his, I guess you would call it a hoverboard, flies through the air, fully clothed in his day clothes, right? His normal clothes, hands in his pockets, and sticks one leg out, lands in the water. It could be a river. I don't know what kind of water this is. Looks like he just threw himself into the river. A massive, massive thank you to my channel members. You guys really do make my work possible. Become a member today to get all of these benefits. Just click the join button. And guys, if you liked today's video, if you want more content similar to this, let me know. Comment more like this down in the comments, and maybe I'll do this again next time.